Hi, my name is Anuar McAfee, and I'd like to welcome you to the 2021 version of the Asis International Essay Writing Competition. The competition this year is organized by two educational bodies. First, Alam Shah Science School in Kuala Lumpur, and secondly, my university, University Sultan Zainal Abidin in Kuala Terengganu, Malaysia. I'm speaking to you today out here, the hills of Batu Rakyat, Terengganu. And I've brought you here today because this is one of my favorite areas to go bird watching. Not only that, the great hornbill, one of the beautiful species of hornbills found around here, had its first nesting record for all of Malaysia in these hills. The competition this year takes place from February to May, and I hope all of you work hard to submit one of the excellent essays that I look forward to reading as a judge in the competition. Now, the topic is something that I am passionate about: hornbills and conservation. Hornbills are found in many parts of Africa and Asia. But even if you don't live in an area where hornbills are found, you can still write an essay. Go to your local library, discuss with your teachers. Even if you have a zoo nearby, visit it and learn a little bit about these flying creatures that have been on planet Earth for tens of millions of years. As a teacher, I know the great importance of writing essays. But essays are not only about writing. There are many other skills that come into play when we want to write a good, quality, valuable essay. One of those things that's a part of writing is reading. Before you can start to write your essay on a topic, you have to learn about it. And so by participating in this competition, you will be going out to look for sources of information. Today, of course, there is a lot of information, valuable information, current information available on the internet. But don't stop there. I'm sure your local library will have some interesting things available, and your teachers as well may be a source of information and guidance. Even if you have a zoo in your area, you may want to visit that and learn about the habits of these beautiful birds, hornbills. Another element that should be contributed to an essay, if you can, is experience, your own personal experience. So even if you're a student and have not seen a hornbill, try and gain a little bit of experience by talking to people that have, in your area if that's possible, and relate it maybe to other things that you're aware of. Because by adding a little bit of your personal content into an essay, your essay value increases greatly. Another very important aspect to writing a good essay is to think. What we teachers are looking for in the essay is a student that shows they're creative, they're thinking a little bit. I'm sure your teachers have told you the same, but I'm going to remind you today. If your essay is just a collection of information that you found in books, on TV, the internet, and you retell the facts and the information that are presented elsewhere, your essay will not be as interesting as one where the student adds a bit of their own ideas to it. So think of some way that you can experience this issue. The issue is hornbills and conservation, so there must be some elements that you can contribute from your own ideas. That will make your essay a very valuable one. Another area that we don't think of when it comes to writing an essay, another skill that comes into play, is listening. You might ask, how does listening relate to writing an essay? Well, I'll tell you, I think that listening is the hardest skill to do, especially when you're writing an essay. I'm talking about listening to others. Let other people look at your work or hear your ideas and give you feedback on whether they think that's good or not good, or needs to be improved, or what you've written already is perfect or good enough. Listen to others, but more importantly, listen to yourself. You have to be critical of what you've written yourself, and that takes time. You have to write things down, you have to leave them for a little bit, and look back at them a few days later, and you will start to see areas where you can improve, reorganize, fix up your essay to make it a better product. Listening is something like editing, listening to other people and what they have to say, listening to yourself. Don't think because you're a student that you need to edit because you're not a good writer. Let me tell you, the best writers in the world use editors. Use people to tell them what they think is wrong, and they will rewrite sections to improve them. No one can write an essay in a short period of time. It takes time, and that's another important facet of writing an essay. You will have to put time into this to get a good product. All right? And of course, we have to touch on a subject you don't like and I don't like: grammar. But grammar is very important when writing. As you know, if you make a mistake in your spelling or your subject-verb, how they work together, or misplacement of words in the wrong order, when the reader goes through, their attention is attracted to those errors and not to your essay, not to your content. And so you need to make sure that all these things, grammar, punctuation, spelling, are as good as you can make them before you submit your final essay to us. Because an essay that has very few errors is much easier to read and will get higher marks. That is for sure. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is something that we don't like to talk about, and we wished we didn't have to talk about, but it's a brief reminder for you out there that are going to be writing your essays, and that is to avoid plagiarism. Plagiarism is when you take a work from someone else's book or for the internet, someone's sentence or someone's paragraph, and you cut it and you paste it as your own work in your own essay. That is ethically wrong. You can take sources from other places and put them in your essay if you need to. That's okay, but you have to put quotations around them, and you have to write down where that information came from. You have to tell us, the readers, this is not my work, but it's important, I'm including it, and then you continue to discuss what you quoted from another source. So please remember, watch out for plagiarism. All right, to recap, what is involved in writing an essay for this Asis International Essay Competition? It involves not only writing, but as I said, it involves reading, experiencing, thinking, listening to yourself and listening to others, what they have to say about your ideas for your essay. And of course, grammar is important, and stay away from plagiarism. If you follow all of these things, you will realize that to write a good essay, you have to have patience. Patience is also very important because it will take time to produce a writing of value. I know you can do it. I hope you can do it, and I look forward to reading your essays in the months ahead. Let me wind up here by spending a minute to talk about my university, because all of you participating in this competition, I hope, want to go to university in the future. If you're a Malaysian, you can apply to UNISA through UPU, the Ministry of Education system for applying for further studies. If you're outside Malaysia, you can apply to UNISA to do a degree or a master or a PhD in the future by coming to our website and looking for the international page. Our university, located in Kuala Terengganu, has been providing quality education for over 40 years. We have foundation studies, diploma studies, degree studies, master and PhD level studies from 11 different faculties and 2 research centers. Our student population is approximately 10,000 at the moment, and I want to let you know that over 1,000 of those students are international full-time students coming from over 40 different countries throughout Asia, Africa, Europe, and the Americas. I hope after the competition is finished, you'll look at UNISA as a possible choice for your future in education. Now, I want you to do one more thing for me before we end, and that is I want you to promote this competition. Promote it with your family, your friends, your teachers, so that as many people as possible can participate. We look forward to receiving your entries, and I look forward to reading them. I'm going to leave you with one quote from Tim Fargo, an American writer. He said, "What you are tomorrow begins with what you do today." Good luck, everyone.